Hello and welcome to our first actual trade example, just to show you how trading works here inside of MetaTrader. Okay, we're going to pop up here, and what I'm actually going to do is I want to sell. This is basically, just consider this to be a random trade to show you the order process. I want to sell here, but what I want to do is I want to place a stop up here above the previous week's high. Let's find out what that was. The previous week's high was 1.50598. So I'm going to place a short order. I'm going to sell, and I'm going to place a stop up above that high, 5 pips, in fact, above that high. Okay, so placing that 5 pips above would be 1.50648. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to place a new order, and I'm going to sell at the market. And since we're using a certain size of an account, if I were to use the standard size, then that stop would be out of reach. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to use this size. Okay. You can see that I'm moving the stop over here, just so you'll see. Now, here's another way to do that. You can simply type that in. 50598. Sorry about that. 50648. That's what we're actually after. Okay. Instant execution, comment. And the comment here is first live trade example. Placing an order. Okay. Like to have, oh, that's all it let me do there. Okay, set live trading example, first live trading example, and here we go. I'm going to sell at the market. Oh, there we go. It says successful. I'm going to press OK. And you can see from up here that we are officially short. And let's go down here to account history, mailbox, trade. Okay. We are short from this price, 1.48388, around here. There's our stop loss. We don't have a price target in currently. You can see how this is moving. If this was a full-size contract, it'd be moving further against us, but it is not, so we're okay. So we're moving along quite fine. Okay, so here's a way to determine range too when you're looking for places to set your stops. You go to ATR down here, go to your indicator list. There's ATR, and set that period to 1, like so. You see the previous week, the average true range is 233 pips. So that's actually a pretty small range. You see that the current week, it's 380 pips. And this is just on this particular, we're just talking about this particular bar right here. And in fact, if you go over to, let's put it here, this area here, and subtract the low from the high, that's the number that you'll get. That verifies that that's the range. What that number lets you know is the simple range from the high to the low. And that range is important because if you're trading based upon that range and you're saying, okay, I want my stop based upon price action, so when the market, if the market moves back up here and breaks that the highest high, then I want to be out because the momentum has shifted from downward to upward. Now this is a big time frame. Weekly is a big time frame for anyone to trade. That's why we've scaled ourselves correctly to this particular size. And as you can see, even though the market's moved against us, hasn't cost us very much, has it? Has not cost us very much. And that's the whole point of doing this particular exercise, giving you a feel for risk control, how to find out the range of the particular market that you're trading too. That's always important. And then you have an opportunity to measure things like risk reward. So if you're measuring risk reward, you might look at this and say, okay, look, here we are. We're right here. I'm risking 233 pips. And you might say, I like a 1-to-1, or I like to risk 233 pips to make twice as much, to make 466 pips. So you'd place a profit target down here. Again, we don't have an exit already set up because this is a simple trade entry example, and that's it. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, the market has moved against us somewhat. If this were standard, we'd be looking at a larger loss, 10 times that amount, or $100, which is nothing to be shaking in our boots about, of course. So this is what we'll do. We're having a good time in a live trading example, so let's put in a profit target. What I'll show you how to do here is to take your order and modify it. And we'll add a profit target here. So if we're looking at risking roughly 233 pips or so, then let's make our profit make our profit 466 pips. So if we go below, we're going to base this on our entry point, 43728. Okay. So we're going to modify that, take profit, and click modify. All right. Okay, we sell at that, which we're already in. Stop loss is set. Take profit is there. Let's go OK. There we go. This shows our take profit point, which is right down here. Not exactly close, but we're looking at something that's twice the size of what we're risking here. So if you look at that, the distance from the entry to the stop, this is twice the size of that. And again, for the purposes of example. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this trade develop. I'm going to close our data window here. And I'm going to take a look at the trade on a smaller time frame. Okay, we don't have to watch our price down here constantly, but we can if we want to. We can bunch this up a little bit. Okay, so it's good to see where our stop loss is. You can see our stop loss is just above the high action here back about a week ago or so. So we're here, and we sold right here, which was right at a previous high. Now, if it does break through and go up, then we've got potential previous high. It may go up to here before we encounter some slowdown in the trade, some resistance, and we'll have an opportunity to talk about support and resistance as well. Okay, the auto scroll pops back. As you can see here, the market is continuing to move up past our entry here. So we're going to leave this, and we'll come back to it, and we'll see how this trade develops, and we'll have an opportunity to do a lot more live examples. Of course, this is our first live trade. It's our first sort of jumping in there example. There are no methods for anyone to copy or emulate. This is an example only. So we'll see you in the very next module with an update on the current trade.